live here with Craig Allison. He's also on the scene of this ongoing police response to a shooting in Northeast Lincoln. Craig, you've been on the scene for quite some time now, joining Chanel Taylor McCarthy, who we just heard from a second ago. But can you describe the scene from your angle? Again, where you're facing, kind of what you're looking at as there's been an enormous police response here this morning. Just kind of walk me through what you've been seeing.
That's absolutely right, Jessica. Just as a weather forecast, it's quite windy, so I'm going to be tapping into my camera every now and then to make sure it doesn't fly over. But very windy scene. That being said, I'm right over on the eastern side of Cornhusker Highway, looking westward on Superior. Kind of on the other side, a lot of yellow tape around the Casey's over here, and a lot of different foot traffic that's been taking place with officers on scene. Now, I counted myself, a dozen responding vehicles are here, varied up from LPD to state troopers and some unmarked cars with flashing lights. But it's just a very big response with a lot of people moving in a lot of different directions across the scene. I got here about 30 minutes ago, but it was quite the traffic rush going on. Back up on Cornhusker Highway at the 56th intersection, police are redirecting traffic over that way. There's an officer right here off of Superior on the eastern side of this road. So just officers in every direction trying to redirect traffic. Definitely something you want to avoid. Now, that being said, no cars have been moving off scene. Typically when responding over to any sort of shooting incident, we're trying to work and process a lot of information, and you can tell that things may or may not be active if vehicles start pulling off, but all dozen of the vehicles that I've seen at least have stayed on scene. Just gonna grab my camera here just so it doesn't fall over. It's very windy. But a lot of yellow tape still over here. They have completely blocked off the Superior entrance over by the Casey's right there. So there's no way getting in. So if you have any plans to cross over there, try to avoid that. They're kind of curving traffic up northward towards Cornhusker Highway. That being said, yeah, just no traffic moving southbound on Cornhusker. They've got that blocked off as well. And we're just trying to process the traffic here. Back up north, again, there were 6 cop cars redirecting traffic, so at least 18 vehicles that I've personally seen on scene. But again, it's just a very busy, congested intersection. A lot of people trying to ask what's going on while we process the information. But again, getting here just 30 minutes ago, it's just a matter of just trying to get out of the way while officers work the scene here. Again, a lot of officers crowding around the Casey's, crowding around the intersection, so it's a very active scene, very widespread, while we're still working to learn more of what took place and where exactly.
Yeah, Craig, I'm just going to keep the conversation going with you because it's very handy. It's very handy to have your vantage point of what you can see from across the street and what traffic is getting rerouted where. We've also got Chanel from the other side looking at another vantage point from the scene, and she's saying more cruisers have arrived and a mobile command center has pulled in. Have you seen that from your vantage point?
This is certainly tight packed right here on scene where I'm at least. So I haven't seen new vehicles come into the scene because again, it is just very jam packed, and this is where officers are redirecting the cars. They don't care where you go, just not here. You're not moving south on Cornhusker, and you're certainly not moving westward on Superior. So this is where that choke point is, redirecting traffic from Superior heading west, pushing you back up Cornhusker moving north. And they've got plenty of officers redirecting traffic. I'm not sure to where, but there's just a lot of different redirecting choke points. So right here, it's very likely that, like Chanel was just saying, more officers are responding nearby her to where it's easier to get access. But right here at the choke point, it doesn't seem like there's too much access for anybody new to get on scene. And I certainly haven't seen more people come on, but it's just been very active with officers walking back and forth across the street and just conferring with each other on different sides of the yellow tape. But once again, very locked down. Officers talking with some people over there. I've seen some non-officers as well walking over by the Casey's that possibly may be involved, but we still don't know. A lot of unconfirmed information that we're still waiting to get confirmed and hear back on.